Hey guys, Vinny here with Say It Once Dog Training, a dog trainer of 14 years, and today I have my best buddy Roscoe here to show you all of PetSafe's different options when it comes to boundary training. Now, options can make things confusing, so let me clear things up and show you the differences between all of these. This is my favorite. So this is the Guardian GPS 2.0 dog fence and tracking collar. This is what I use on my personal dogs. This has the most bells and whistles, but I like that. I have an app. I can create multiple fences depending on where I'm at. I can see where they are at all times. It has incredible connectivity, and that is the 2.0 tracking collar. Then you have the GPS Guardian dog fence. This is perfect for somebody who just wants one fence for their house. They don't want to have a subscription. You can still download the app to create your fence, but you don't have to worry about the monthly subscription, which is really nice for somebody who just wants one fence only. Then you have their stay and play units, the stay and play and the stubborn stay and play for the dogs who need a little bit more to understand they got to stay inside their boundary. These are great. So the bare minimum for these is a half acre. For these, you can actually use on a much smaller yard, which I like. The stay and play is by far the easiest option to use and to set up. All you do is you plug in the home base, you set the distance that you want the circular radius around your home to be set at. You set flags up and you call it a day. There's no app, there's no subscription. It really is as simple as plug and play. I do appreciate these units and I see why that these may be more effective for a lot of households. This just happens to be the Guardian 2.0 Plus tracking in particular, tends to be my favorite options because of the bells and whistles. Boundary training throughout all four systems looks identical and it's really simple, especially when you have good equipment, and that's what we have here with PetSafe is really, really good equipment. The first and most important portion of this, no matter what, is to create a visual fence that your dog can see. So we're trying to teach them to stay inside a certain property. Flags will help our dog understand exactly where they can and can't go. They don't stay there forever, but they are a huge aid at the beginning portion of our training. So we'll take flags, we're going to stake them in our yard to show our dog this is the fence that we've created, whether it's through the transmitter on the stay and play or through the app on the Guardian fences. Now we take the flags, we mark our property, we walk our dog, and we just simply walk the dog around the flags. It can be for a few days just to give our dog an understanding of, hey, this is what this means. Once our dog starts to understand this, we want to give them a little bit more slack on this leash, allow our dog to hear the tone of the collar that happens first when they hit the edge of the fence. And that's the beautiful thing about these. They work on a warning and consequence-based system, a very natural system for a dog to work on. We allow our dog to hear the warning, beep, beep, beep. We guide our dog back into the property. Good. We want our dog to understand over here is good. And we do that for a few days. We allow our dog to hear the beep, get pulled back into the yard. Good. Then at a certain point, we're going to allow the dog to make a decision. And all that decision is this. We take our dog, we walk them up towards the fence line. They hear beep, beep, beep. We give our dog a second to understand, are they going to figure it out on their own? If they don't, I can bump lightly on the leash to guide them back to me, but instead of a coaxing as it was in the last few days, it'd be a little bit firmer of a bump so the dog's going, oh yeah, that's a little uncomfortable. And I'm trying to prepare my dog that if they don't yield to the beep, there is going to be some version of pressure. Now, if you'd prefer to start with the vibrate, you totally can. You can also start with a low static level 1 across the board, just so your dog can be prepared of what this feels like when I do cross that threshold. Once they understand it, you'll have to find the right level for your dog, but always start lower. So this way we're giving our dog a fair chance to understand what they should and shouldn't be doing. The end goal is that I guess there is a next layer would be I take a longer leash and I start putting it on the ground and not holding it. This way I can test throwing some balls beyond the fence line, or I can walk beyond the fence line myself, or bring friends and family on the other side of the fence to see is my dog understanding. And if they do break, I have that long leash there to help guide them back in. Once the dog is solid and doesn't need any assistance on leash, we now have our dogs completely trained off leash on our property. And there's nothing better than that. Your dog deserves to run full speed off leash, and it doesn't matter what size yard you have. They just need the ability to run and play ball and play tug and just be a dog. He hurt his ball word, so that's why he shot up like that. But that is what I want my dog to do. I want them to live the best possible life off leash. So those are the PetSafe systems. That's how I would use the systems. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day.